Page 10, Secret Agent. Supposedly this is for sight reading. I wonder about that. It looks a little tricky to me for sight reading at this level. Generally when you sight read something, you're sight reading stuff that's way easier than what you can actually play. But let's see what happens. You're going to sight read it. First you look it over, 4/4 time, 1 sharp, probably in the key of G major. We don't know because it could be E minor at this point. I look at the last measure. What's the last chord? We have an E here. That's E minor. That means it's probably an E minor. And you got quarter notes and eighth notes and a few half notes and dotted blah blah blah. You see that? And then you look at the dynamics. You got soft, and then the second line there's a loud, and then a soft, and then a very soft. And then you got the phrasing in both hands, and then you got some staccatos. And you kind of look it all over in that, and you get an idea what it is, and then you attempt to play it. Without practicing it, you just attempt to play it. And if that's what you're doing, you need to stop the video right now, because I'm about to go through and talk about it in detail. We'll pretend you have attempted to play it already. You've tried sight reading it and see how it goes, so let's talk about it. So going to start with the right hand. Eighth notes when it comes in, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then in the last measure, the first line, you have an A sharp there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Don't forget the F sharp. Second line, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then you have a dotted half note. And then the last two measures are similar to the last measure of the first line, sort of, maybe a little bit. Left hand, simple enough quarter notes, 1 and 2. That's the first line right there pretty much. Go down the second line. 1 and 2. As you're playing what the right hand is playing, you're sort of, both hands are playing the same. And then you're back to what you were doing in the first. Then you put the hands together. And then you hold on to that a little longer. How longer? Whatever feels right until you get tired of listening to it, and then you let go, huh? It's sort of what it would go like. It says stealthily for speed. You'll have to decide what stealthily is. I guess you pretend you're a secret agent and sneaking around type thing. Okay. So you try that. Now, to even make it interesting, as if it isn't interesting already, there's a duet part at the bottom. Well, generally, when you're sight reading is one thing, because you'll make a mistake and hesitate and then go on, and you're trying not to. See, even when you're sight reading, the beat should continue. So if you make a mistake when sight reading, you got to keep going. You don't stop and try and fix it or nothing. You just keep going as best you can. Well, when you're playing a duet with somebody, you can't stop. You got to keep going, because if you stop, it messes up whoever else you're playing with. So you have to keep going, and if you're sight reading and playing a duet at the same time, well, good luck with that. But you know, you can do it. I've done it. But it's, again, the beat's got to keep going. So if you mess up, you just gotta, well, I'll deal with that later, type thing. First, I want to do a play with me to double check these notes and rhythms. Make sure you have them correctly. So let's go over that. I'll give us 4 counts. 1 and 2 and ready and go, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and hold, and 2, and off. Now I'd like to do the duet at the bottom with you. I'm going to speed it up a little bit, more of a little faster, stealthily thing than we just did. Now we'll play it together as best we can. You can play it right where it's written. Don't have to move anywhere because the duet part's way down low. So I go as 4 counts and we'll start together. 1, 2, ready and go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 4, hold, 2, off.